I'm working on a rewrite of my script. And as I mentioned in a previous video, that I have actual steps to help me identify when I have problems in my stories and how I can go about fixing those. Well, today I have one of the problems in my current script that I'm working on, and I figured I'd show you how I go about fixing those issues. So here's a section of my script that I'm working on, and if you come down here, you'll see that I've got this bit here kind of introduces this character. There's a character in the story that is, in essence, a body. And if you think of just a body, it's a very passive character. And when you have passive characters in stories or in movies, not much happens because they just sit and just watch. Nothing happens to them because it's a passive experience. They let it pass by. Another way of interpreting passive in screenwriting is boring. I have a boring character in my story that is pivotal to the story, so I've got to make it not boring. That is a flaw in my first draft, my vomit draft, that I'm now going back and fixing. Looking at this, I realize that my character's passive. How do I make my character active? Active, action, movement, movies. Hey, what do you know? What I usually do is finding this element, I need to create a backstory for my character. And because this character is so closely tied to my main character, Aaron, there is a lot of play between how that character is developed and my main character is developed. I've created here this Google Doc that I just called Body Backstory. The things that I will start to do is, as you know, I love my lists. So I'm just gonna call this character Buddy. Buddy's backstory. If you can get to the point of, in your brainstorming, to actually give your character a voice, it will help you to develop some of these ideas and get your brain in that motion. So in the motion of creating goals and backstory and plot points that have some sort of movement to them, or they have a life behind just words. One of the first things I do is I try and come up with maybe an occupation, something simple. Buddy's job is a gardener. Buddy's job is a store clerk. Buddy is a coffee barista. Buddy is a fisherman. Buddy is a party boy. Buddy is an errand boy. Buddy is... And you get the idea. Knowing that I have a passive character and that I have to have an active element to this passive character is a very fast way for me to see that, hey, nothing's happening with this. I've got to rewrite it. Check out my character question sheet that I've got as well. That's something else that I bring up. And it's linked below. And it really will help you ask questions for what your character could do, and how it could easily help you to develop some really interesting characters. The working Patron unit right now is in development phases for this movie, and you can check it out in the link below and join the Patron unit and get this thing done. I'll see you in the next one.